The first flame of the child dragons fell from the sky like falling suns, yet the human city did not scream. Stone towers blackened but did not break, and people stood still watching the sky with calm eyes. The child dragons circled above, believing fear would bloom as it always did on other worlds. They were young by dragon measure, yet already conquerors of a dozen star systems. Their scales shimmered like molten gold, and their wings blotted out the light. They roared with the confidence of beings born to rule and burn. The elders had told them humanity was weak, soft, divided, and afraid. The elders had said humans relied on tools and walls and would collapse when fire touched flesh. The child dragons believed every word. The first dragon descended and breathed again, this time with joy. Fire washed across the outer districts and turned night into blazing day. Yet still there was no panic and no running crowds. Only lines of humans moving with purpose, carrying the young and the old. Only quiet voices giving directions and steady hands closing doors. The child dragon hesitated, confused by the absence of terror. It had learned that fear was the sharpest weapon. Without fear, the hunt felt wrong. Another dragon struck a hospital tower, expecting screams. Instead, shields rose from the building, glowing blue and steady. The flames split around it like water around stone. The dragon recoiled, stunned. These were not weapons of war, but tools of protection. The dragon felt something unfamiliar tighten in its chest. High above the city, the dragon leader roared in anger. Strike harder, burn deeper, make them kneel. The young dragons obeyed, diving again and again. Fire fell like rain and smoke climbed to the stars. Still the city endured. Still the humans did not kneel. On the ground a human child stood, holding the hand of a soldier. The child looked up at the sky, eyes wide but not afraid. "Why are they angry?" the child asked. The soldier answered, "Because they do not understand us yet." The child nodded as if that made sense. The dragons listened through stolen frequencies. They heard no prayers for mercy. They heard no cries of surrender. They heard coordination, compassion, and resolve. They heard humans checking on strangers. They heard laughter in shelters. They heard songs played softly to calm the young. The child dragons began to feel something crack inside them. This was not how prey behaved. This was not how weak species survived. This was something else. The dragons changed tactics and targeted the power cores. If the lights died, surely hope would follow. They struck with precision learned from centuries of war. The power cores flared and dimmed. Backup systems engaged instantly. Lights returned stronger than before. Energy flowed not from one source but from many. Distributed, resilient, shared. The dragons remembered old lessons. Centralized power breaks easily. Distributed power endures. They had used that lesson to rule others. Now it was turned against them. Human aircraft rose not to attack but to shield evacuation pods. Pilots flew knowing they could die. They flew anyway. The dragons watched as fragile machines placed themselves between fire and civilians. The pilots did not retreat when their wings burned. They held position until the last transport escaped. One child dragon struck a jet directly. The jet exploded and vanished. The dragon waited for the rush of triumph. It did not come. Instead, it felt heavy. Instead, it remembered the pilot lost transmission. All clear, protect the children. The dragon faltered midair. It had killed thousands before. This felt different. This felt wrong. The dragon leader screamed again, ordering total annihilation. Enough games burned them all. The child dragons obeyed, but slower now. Their fire wavered. Their formation broke. On the ground, humans activated something ancient and simple. They activated trust. Civilians assisted soldiers. Scientists guided engineers. Medics worked without rest. No one asked who deserved help. Help was given because it was needed. The dragons began to realize the truth. Humanity did not survive because of strength alone. Humanity survived because it refused to abandon itself. A child dragon landed, wounded, its wing torn by defensive fire. Humans surrounded it cautiously. Weapons ready but not raised. Medics approached first. The dragon expected pain. Instead, it received treatment. Its wound was sealed and soothed. "Why do you help me?" the dragon asked through trembling voice. "Because you are hurt," a human replied. The dragon did not understand. "You know I came to kill you." "Yes," the human said. "That does not change that you are hurt." Something inside the dragon broke open. A truth older than fire and scale. Power is not domination. Power is choice. In the sky, the remaining dragons watched this moment. They saw one of their own spared. They saw humans kneel beside an enemy. They saw strength without cruelty. The dragon leader felt fear for the first time. This was a power it could not burn. This was a weapon it could not steal. This was a force that grew stronger the more it was attacked. The leader ordered retreat. The child dragons followed not in defeat but in awe. As they fled, the wounded dragon looked back. The city still stood scarred but alive. Humans waved not in victory but farewell. The dragon bowed its head. In the quiet after the flames, humans rebuilt. They mourned their dead. They honored their fallen. They taught their children what happened. Far away among the stars, the child dragon spoke of Earth. They did not call it weak. They called it dangerous. They told stories of a species that could not be broken, a species that faced fire with unity, a species whose greatest weapon was compassion. And among the dragon kind, a new law was whispered: never force humanity to choose between survival and kindness, because when they choose both, they become unstoppable. The child dragons had come to kill. They left having learned what true power was.